Message keeps coming back.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome into this week's edition to the Bobby Klinck Coaches Show. And it's good to be back on set. With me tonight, we have the head football coach, Bobby Klinck, and the legend, Chris Kaiser. So we welcome you here to Amped Up Energy and Protein, where we're going to talk all things Sunday football for this week. Yeah, it's good to be back at Amped Up this week. I know the coach enjoyed a shake, and I had a tea just a little bit ago. These guys are always taking good care of us when we come down to Amped Up. So let's just jump in. You guys ready to go?
Let's go. Come on.
All right. This, as we always do, Coach, let's just take just a few minutes and kind of review where we felt like we were and where we, some of the things we did good against Owasso and some of the things that we need to work on to make sure that as we go through the season that we're going to continue to be better and better.
When we left the stadium and the final score was 45-17, I don't think that was indicative of how we played for a majority of the game. You know, they were a lot deeper and bigger than us. They started leaning on us at the end of the game. But, you know, there was a time at one point, it's 28-17, about midway through the third quarter, and we've got an opportunity on a fourth down to stop them and maybe get the ball back and get some momentum back on our side. And they obviously did a good job converting on that. But you could kind of sense it when we scored to make it 28-17. You could sense the air come out of the stadium a little bit and a little bit of a, uh-oh, what's happening? You could feel it on our sideline. And, you know, credit to Wausau, they did a good job of coming back and doing what a championship program does. But, you know, I was very happy with the way that our guys fought the whole game against a team that was, you know, a lot deeper and a lot bigger than us in certain areas, and they competed their tails off.
Yeah. What are some of the positives that you can reflect on?
You know, I think when you look back on it offensively, we did some very good things. You know, I think you know, throwing the ball, Easton did a good job of, you know, he was in duress all night. I mean, credit to Wausau, they've got a young man who's going to OSU, and then the rest of them are huge. And I mean, they were harassing Easton all night. We couldn't get anything going on the ground games, just how big they are. But, you know, just the toughness of our guys of continuing to compete, you know, when everything's going against them. I'm so proud of them.
No turnovers on offense.
Yeah, it's a great thing.
Yeah, it is.
No turnovers, and then we took the ball away from them, and so that kind of got us in the ball game pretty dang early. So, again, very happy with the way our guys competed.
Yeah, I like the long field goal. You let your Copeland.
How about that?
Take a shot at it.
Yeah, he banged that thing.
I kind of did what you just mentioned. I kind of kept you know, an idea of where it was 7-7, 10-7, and we were 21-10, and we kind of went into halftime, you know, looking pretty good. And there was a chance there in that third quarter where we were going to close the gap or had a chance to get them off the field. But super proud as well.
Yeah.
So.
I look at the first 2 weeks we play two of the powerhouses, and Chris and I, we talk about it on and off the air, that we're proud of the way the Sandys played. We were in the game a little more with Wausau, but we scored on Bixby. We put up points on that program. So for us coming into Bishop Kelly, we think there's going to be a lot of positive things happening for the rest of the season based on how we played against the first 2 weeks.
I definitely think so. I mean, we're a tough, grizzled team right now.
Yeah.
I was laughing. I was talking to Coach Green today, and we were talking about this Ben Affleck movie, The Accountant, and every night he would turn on this music and this strobe light, and he'd take this wood stick and just like rub it across his shins, just like that, just to toughen up his bones, and that's what we are right now. I mean, I think our team has gone through it. They've gone through the ringer a little bit, and they're excited to get to, you know, to hopefully a full stadium on Friday night and to show what they can do.
Coach, I love what you put on X, formerly Twitter. I'm proud of my guys, and yes, I've scheduled difficult, some may say impossible non-district opponents, and they haven't blinked. In a world where people tell you play it safe, these young men dared to be great. So I love seeing Springs. I love my Sandites. Back to work. So
that encompasses everything I think about this team. And like I said, I'm very hard on these kids.
I know that.
I'm not the type of person to, you know, say, hey, it's okay.
You push
a lot better than you. No. I want you to compete in life. You got to compete, and you've got to go for things, and they did, and hopefully that carries them through this season, and I really hopefully it carries them through the rest of their lives.
Absolutely.
As we move through the rest of this show, we're going to get to talk a little bit about our upcoming opponent where we do want to pack out Memorial Stadium. We're going to get to interview two of our players that kind of had a great game on Friday night. We had multiple players, hard to pick from this week, but some of those turnovers, we're going to talk to Caden Pope about that and so Zach George is here with us too. So we're gonna enjoy that, and then obviously our fourth segment, we're gonna have a little fun with that as well.
Yeah.
But we're gonna take a break real quick. We're down here at Amped Up Energy and Protein in Sand Springs, but we'll be back live in just a few moments. Welcome back, Sand Knight fans, to Amped Up Energy and Protein, downtown Sand Springs. We just spent the first segment talking a little bit about Owasso. We're going to close the door on that again. Look forward to the Bishop Kelly Comets. And I know that that's been a team that we've played in the past, went to their house last year, and they're just a pesty team. They like to scrap. They kind of just do anything they can just to get ahead, trying to stay in the game. And so this week we get to bring them back to Memorial Stadium. And I know that we're going to encourage you guys all throughout the show to be there Friday night for a 7 o'clock kickoff as we play Bishop Kelly. But Coach, what are your immediate thoughts on what you've seen on film so far? Kind of some of the things that you're looking for them to do, maybe against the Sandites, to try to slow us down.
Yeah, obviously, when you talk about a J.J. Tapena team, they're going to want to run the football.
Right.
And they've done a good job with that. I mean, I think Coach Tapena is one of the longest tenured coaches in the state of Oklahoma, and there's a reason, because he's been extremely successful. And one thing that he's known for is he's going to run the power, counter, and they're going to be well coached on how to do that. So we've got to do a good job with our run fits defensively. Offensively, or defensively for them, they're going to do a few different things. You're going to see some man-to-man coverage. You're going to see some of their cover three that they're pretty well known for and really good at. So now they're mixing it up a little bit more. So I'm excited to see what our offense is going to do against what they're doing. And it's a very good football team, and we got to be ready to go.
Well, you faced Bixby and Owasso. Both those guys were in the finals last year in 6A1.
Yeah.
I have to believe, and I have not looked at film, but the body types can't compare to what we saw on the front five of the last two teams we faced. But no disrespect against Bishop Kelly. I've been around a long time as well and feel the same way about JJ and his professionalism and preparation. It's kind of interesting to me, Coach, that the matchup, they bring in a really good quarterback and a really good receiver, and we're going to have to kind of shut that down, and then we have the same.
Yeah, I think they do a really good job of moving the pocket, obviously, setting it up with the run and everything. But yes, they've got a really good receiver. Number 3 does a really good job. He plays both ways. A lot of their kids do, and they're just tough, hard-nosed kids.
Yes.
And one of them had a kickoff return for a touchdown and showed some great speed against McGinnis. So, and they were up on McGinnis 17-0,
right,
who beat Deer Creek, and then we tied Deer Creek. So,
right.
I mean, they're obviously a very talented and well-coached football team. We got to bring our A game.
Absolutely.
I look at it as when we see a team like Bishop Kelly, they come to our place, and you look at it as that you can never count them out, that they're always going to hang around. So I think it's important for us to close the door early on Bishop Kelly and get out and score fast like you like to get going out of the blocks a lot faster. And I think that allows us to have the advantage. That allows us to not be so fighting from behind, but yet it gets us up on Bishop Kelly, and they have to work hard, maybe get out of their game plan a little bit to come back. What are your thoughts on your hopes if we came out of the gate? Do you want to get the ball first? Do you want to score first? Do you want to shut them down defensively? What are you looking for on Friday night?
I just want us to start fast, whether it's defensively or offensively. And I had a team meeting with our guys today, and I said, hey, the only way that we can start fast and get what we want to do is we've got to stack good days. We had a good day on Monday. We had an excellent practice today. I thought the energy was great. Good. It was a little bit warm outside. We have we talk about staying hard. We don't talk about how hot it is. We say, hey, we're going to stay hard and get after it today. And they did that today. So I'm very proud of the way our guys are getting after it. Now we're going to be able to take it back a little bit, but we do a No Sweat Wednesday, concentrate on special teams a lot and do more of our, we call it a practice where these kids can ask questions. We're going to walk through a bunch of things, hopefully take a little bit off their bodies. Same thing a little bit on Thursday, so our guys are fresh and frisky and ready to go on Friday.
I know definitely want to get the front five going pretty well, and then the run game engaged better than we have. But again, I point back to a very stout Bixby defense and an Owasso defense.
Yeah.
But really like to see both running backs get on track a little bit this game. So.
I think we would too. I challenged our offense, that hey, we need to run the football.
Yeah.
We need to establish that. We know we can throw the ball. We know people are going to be keen on that deal.
Sure.
But we need to run the football, and you're going to meet a guy that is integral in that whole scheme. Whether it was Zach George, he's a throwback dude. He's kind of got that sling blade look to him. I love that kid, man. He's a tough dude. And then obviously we're going to also have Caden Pope, who's one of the Pope brothers out on our starting defense. Him and
That's
Trey
right.
Pope. They're fraternal twins.
They are, exactly.
But he's a really good football player who suffered an injury last year, now came back, and is just has picked it up very fast, and very glad to have him back.
He showed up on Friday night,
Absolutely.
Excited, and when Will asked me who we want, I said we got to have a lineman. I got to meet one of these guys.
Absolutely.
So excited
Absolutely.
for that.
We're really excited about this week. We're going to come back in just a few moments and introduce you to those two players and interview them and kind of talk a little bit about Sunday football to them. Don't go away. We'll be back from our friends Amped Up Protein and Energy right downtown Sand Springs. We'll be back in just a moment.
Welcome back to the Bobby Klinck Coaches Show here at Amped Up Energy and Protein and our players segment, and excited to have these two guys join us. You guys ready to talk some ball?
Yes, sir.
All right, we have senior, number 77, Zach George, and junior, strong safety, Caden Pope, and excited to hear from you guys, and thanks for joining us on set. And let me ask both of you this. How would your teammates, and I'll start with you, Zach, how would your guys around you, this team, describe you?
I think they describe me as somebody that always has their back and is just going to be right there with them no matter what.
All right. Okay.
I think my teammates describe me as a hard worker. I always got their back, and I'm always looking for a win.
There you go. I like it.
Yep.
All right. So, Zach, share with us a little bit about the position of being a center. Now, I'm a former offensive lineman, and are we going to switch microphones here? Okay.
Let's make sure that microphone's on real quick. Sorry about that.
Do we want to jump back in or just move along?
Keep going.
Okay, keep going. So let's say, as the center, you're kind of the leader on the offensive line.
Yes, sir.
Describe that for the viewers and people that may not know. What happens right there in the middle of that line?
Well, what happens right down there in the middle of that line is if I don't make the call-outs, then the guys next to me might not know what's going on.
Okay. So you kind of check out who's in front, what defense is in front of you, and then you kind of help everybody understand what we're getting ready to do here, scheme-wise. And I mean, I have to believe. I mean, I've always called it the quarterback of the offensive line. You're the guy, and you got to be pretty smart, right?
Yes, sir.
What about the trenches itself? I mean, it's a battle, right? I mean,
Yes,
people
sir.
don't understand what you do and go through.
Yeah.
Describe that a little bit.
It's war down there. It's just a dogfight every play, no matter what.
There's a lot of people that don't see what happens down there. I mean, there's all kinds of hand fights, and
Yes, sir.
it gets crazy
nasty.
down there. So, anyway, I'll leave you. I'll go one more question with you, Zach. Man, you had a reception on Friday night.
Yes, sir, I
Walk
did.
us through that. I want to hear about it.
Well, I look up, the ball's coming this way. I catch it, start to go, and there's dudes coming for my knees
Were
immediately.
you prepared at all? I mean, were you thinking?
I did not think it was coming my way. I just saw it and took my chance.
You know, that's awesome. I called it the lineman's dream. I've never had that happen, but I've watched balls get, tipped, and the guy next to me, my tackle one year, he batted one down, but that was what we were always taught to just bat it down, get it away from you. But anyway, I was wondering how you felt when you got up underneath that pile. Were you like?
Oh, it was awesome. I was ecstatic.
Good. All right. I love it. I love it. So, well, Caden, let's go to you, man. Tell me a little bit about the strong safety position.
You know, at strong safety, you got to be able to read the tackles. You got to be real vocal. You got to be able to talk to your safeties, your corners, let them know how many receivers you have, and if they didn't get the play call, you got to give them
You
that
help
play
with
call.
that?
Yep.
Because I know we had Dudley on early,
Yep.
and, he's been a captain and a guy that's been on that back end quite a bit. But you probably echo what he says,
Yep.
help everybody understand what you're doing on the back end.
Yes,
So what about your run responsibilities? And, is it pass first, run second, or how's that work?
It's really just a game plan thing.
Game plan.
Yeah, some weeks we'll go pass first, and then some weeks we'll go run first.
Okay. You like tackling better or run defense, or pass defense?
I don't know, I like both. I like
Okay.
both.
Well, you showed up.
Pass defense, you get to go for picks and stuff.
So walk me through both turnovers. Start with the fumble recovery first, and then the interception.
I was just sitting there. I was reading my key, reading the tackle, and I get a run block. So I start to go down and make a play.
You read run.
And I see the ball come out, so I just jump on it, and
Awesome.
everybody else jumps on top of me, and it's
Okay.
pretty fun. It's
And
cool.
then later on in the game, you get a big-time interception down
Yes,
in the
sir.
red zone. Walk us through that, and I got a question to follow up.
So I think we were playing cover 3, and I see my guy go out, and we've worked this all week in practice.
All
and
right.
right before that, actually, my Coach Parks, he's like, "Be ready for this." And sure enough, there it was, and so I just followed it, and quarterback
Jumped
ended up
it,
underthrowing.
got it,
Yep.
underthrew it a little bit.
Underthrew it a little bit, and so I
And then
kinda
who
stopped him.
tackled? We want to know who tackled you.
Joe Farmer. Joe
You
Farmer.
called that
my,
right.
my own
We did
teammate.
call it right. We
Yeah.
knew Joe had another tackle.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. But it's cool that Coach Parks kind of read it ahead of time
Yeah.
and told you, and that's
Yep.
always awesome.
Great
That-
coaching.
That's good. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So I was gonna ask you, so Coach Parks or Coach Klinck? Which one do you? Fear's not the. Which one would you rather be coached by?
I don't know. I like both their coaching styles.
Okay.
I do. I like them
Okay.
a lot. Yeah.
All right. That was a little sketchy question there. Kind of paints you in a corner. All right.
So as a safety, do you like the big hit better, or do you like the interception better? Obviously, both come with great joy, but do you like to just clean somebody out, or do you like the interception more?
They're both fun. I think I like picks more. I'm not a big guy, but I can go get the ball back from my teammates so we can set up a score. I like that a lot.
Love it.
Zach, thinking about that interception, were you thinking about the end zone when you had the ball?
Oh, I was thinking of it, but
For a moment.
for a moment, yes, sir.
That's good. Zach, I kind of like to end this segment with what are some of the things, the first time both of you guys have been on our show, what are some of the things that you like to do as pregame getting ready? Do you have a set meal? Do you wear the same clothes? Do you have any kind of traditions or superstitions as you get ready for the game on Fridays?
Just make sure I get some good rest, and I don't like to eat too much before the games.
don't?
Even though I'm a big fella, I like a banana and a chicken sandwich usually.
All right.
Okay. What about you, Caden?
I do like wearing the same stuff. I
Yeah.
like wearing the same undershirt, same gloves, same everything.
Are
And
you one of those that washes it during the season, or just
I
let
do
it walk?
wash it. I
Okay,
do wash
that's
it.
good.
It
You don't
gets
have to
a little
wash
smelly.
the juju out of
Yeah.
it, but
Yeah,
it's
that's
all
right.
good.
That's right.
That's-
Pre-game meal, I don't like to eat a lot. I'm same as him. I just like a protein bar because just to hold me over. And then I pray a lot before the game, and also stretch.
Good. That's cool. One last question for both of you. Are you a water guy or a Gatorade guy on the sideline?
I'm a water guy. I like water.
Okay.
Water feels like it's hydrating me a little bit more.
Definitely water.
Water? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I want to ask one more. As the offensive line unit and the defensive backs, so how would you, just one word description of your guys, those 5?
Tough.
Tough. All right. How about you, Caden?
We got some soldiers back there.
Some soldiers.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
I love it. So we can use that. Come on. Call them the soldiers.
I like what
Call
you're doing.
the
No,
tough
that's
guys.
good.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much
Yep.
for joining us on set. Love to visit with you, hear more about it. And we're excited for the game this week, and excited to see you guys compete.
Me
If
too.
you hadn't had a chance, go get a tea from the counter over there. These guys at Amped Up take good care of us. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with our final segment. We're coming live from Amped Up Energy and Protein right here downtown Sand Springs. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back, Sand Ice. We're live from Amped Up Energy and Protein in Sand Springs. We appreciate these
We are
guys.
certainly live, aren't we?
We are live. We are live.
Is this mic working?
Yeah.
Are we good? Listen, if you have any complaints about the show, okay, it's for Matt Barnett, City Council Member, Ward 2. You can send it to council.ward2@sandspringsok.gov for any complaints about the show.
How about that?
There we go. Hey,
we
Job
thought
well done.
we thought the legend was going to be a little late, so Barnett almost got to sit in the hot seat tonight. So that would have been good. Yeah. Hey, I know we've got a lot of cool things happening at the school.
Oh, yeah.
On Friday nights, I know we have lots of good stuff going on, homecomings and senior nights and all that stuff. Why don't we, this weekend, we've been made aware by your staff and your coaches that it's going to be a really cool night. It's Armed Forces Appreciation Night. Obviously, being in the greatest country in the world, that we get to appreciate those guys and gals that give up their time, sometimes the ultimate sacrifice. Talk a little bit about what Military Appreciation Night means to you, and what maybe some of the surprises that we may have coming up this weekend.
Well, I come from a military family. My grandfather was a lieutenant colonel, and then I also have an uncle who was a full colonel, and last name Klinck. So for all you older people who are Hogan's Heroes, there's actually a real Colonel Klinck.
I love
So it's a pretty cool deal. But besides the fact that, I mean, it's just obviously we live in the greatest country in the world. We're free to do what we want to do, and we get to play football in the greatest country in the world. And so, Mr. Sitton wanted to come up with something to really drive that home, and so we partnered with Inkwell, and we're going to be wearing special camouflage jerseys on Friday night, and the kids are going to get a chance to take those home. It's got their names on the back and everything.
Awesome.
So what a cool deal that Mr. Sitton and the athletic department came up with.
They look great. I've had a sneak peek at them, and can't wait. And then you're going to honor those military vets that come, and that even current members of our armed forces, and they get in free.
Absolutely.
And so if you're thinking about catching a Friday night game, please come Friday night and join us, and we will honor you, you veterans, and the current I say soldiers. So I got soldiers on my mind.
That's right. That's right. You got us a little content for this weekend.
That's
I like
right.
it.
That's right.
It's going to be a fun time at Memorial Stadium on Friday night. Just a reminder, as we talked last week on our show, Saturday morning we get to be a part of the fundraiser that honors your dad in Tulsa. So if you guys want more information about that, looking on the school social media accounts, there's something out there. It could be a fun time to honor his dad, and also just to bring awareness to Alzheimer's summer. So it's going to
Absolutely.
be a good weekend.
Absolutely.
Lots of college football coming up this
Right.
weekend, Chris. Any games that got your eye this weekend?
I haven't even looked at the schedule. I'm just trying to get through Friday night.
I
Got to get to
understand.
Bishop Kelly. What are we talking
That's
about?
right.
Saturday?
7 o'clock kickoff. It was
absolutely.
7:30. Kind of threw me last week. So we're back at 7 p.m. Right?
Yeah, you know, the athletic director of Wausau, they think they're special, and so they
Yeah.
go at 7:30.
Duff.
So, Duff threw us off a little bit, if you know who that is. I mean,
I do.
He's at,
He had to
he's
come
off
on
his
the
rocker
field, and
sometimes.
I was like, he's at the 20. He's at the 25.
Absolutely, he's the show over there.
That's
right?
exactly
I'm
right.
kidding.
The real concern was it was getting
I
close
love
to
it.
our bedtime on Friday night,
Correct.
so we were having a little trouble.
I had to get some amped up energy.
That's exactly right.
Were they able to bring up your warm milk and whatever you need?
They
for us?
were.
That's right.
Put them all to bed? Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Exactly.
that
No
is-
melatonin or anything.
That's right. That is one of the cool things Friday night. We're going to get some of our amped up in the press box,
That's
so
right.
it's
I
going to be
can't
good
wait.
stuff. But hey, we have a good time on this show. We want to invite you to come down every Tuesday night at 6 o'clock right here at Amped Up in Sand Springs. Come and be a part of it. It's a lot of fun that we get to just talk a lot about community, but mostly we get to cover Sunday football.
Yep.
So it's a good time down here. We want you at the stadium Friday night, 7 o'clock kickoff right here on the campus of Charles Page High School. Any closing notes from you guys?
Ready to roll. I can't wait.
I mean, it's exciting. It's the last non-district game, so it's kind of the last tune-up before we get to the meat of the schedule. We'll get into district play, which is the real season. But obviously, our kids they've prepared well, and I'm expecting us to play well against a very well coached, very talented Bishop Kelly team. We're going to have to bring our A game to be successful.
Yep.
I like it, Chris. It'll be an honor to share the box with you again this weekend. From all of our broadcast crew here at Amped Up, we want to thank you for being a part of the show tonight. We'll see you next Tuesday night right back here, but come to Memorial Stadium on Friday night. We'll see you there.
Bring it back.